One means total certainty, naught's impossibility, and the chance of anything happening lies in between, and that's what we mean by probability. Toss a coin and there's an even chance of getting heads, but there's also half a chance of getting tails instead. If the probability is greater than 50-50, then the likelihood of an outcome's looking good, and that's what we mean by probability. When you throw a single die, no matter what you pick, the chance of getting any number's only 1 in 6. And that's what we mean by probability. And that's what we mean by probability.
How to find the sample space if we toss n coins or toss a coin n times? That is, say you are tossing 2 coins simultaneously, or you toss a coin 2 times. So what are the possible outcomes in these 2 cases? Let's say we toss 1 coin. We either get a head or a tail, and we say the sample space consists of head and tail. So we see there are 2 possible outcomes in case we toss a coin. Now, what are the possible outcomes in case 2 coins are tossed together? Say we toss 2 coins. All possible combinations that may come in 2 coins are head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. So we see this is the sample space of tossing 2 coins, and there are 4 possible outcomes. Thus, the sample space of tossing 2 coins together consists of head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. You know, we can find the number of possible outcomes based on the number of coins tossed together. Say n is the number of coins tossed together, then the possible outcomes will be equal to 2 to the power n. So, when 2 coins are tossed together, then n is equal to 2, and the number of outcomes is equal to 2 to the power 2, which is equal to 4. Hence, the sample space has 4 events in it. Same way, when we toss a single coin, we know the number of outcomes is equal to 2 to the power n, where n is the number of coins tossed simultaneously or that many number of times. So, when one coin is tossed, the number of outcomes is equal to 2 to the power 1, which is equal to 2. Thus, there are 2 possible outcomes in case we toss a coin. And what about tossing 3 coins? When we toss 3 coins together, what all outcomes we can get? Well, all heads, 2 heads, 1 tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, next tail, tail, head, and tail, tail, tail. Now, you may wonder, have we covered all possible outcomes? How to check? Here, we got 8 possible outcomes on tossing 3 coins together. We already know if n is the number of coins tossed together, then the possible outcomes will be equal to 2 to the power n. Number of coins is equal to 3, and the number of outcomes will be 2 to the power 3, which is equal to 8. Thus, there should be 8 outcomes in case we toss 3 coins simultaneously, and this is what we found out before. So remember, if we toss 3 coins or toss a coin n times, then the sample space in the experiment will have 2 to the power n outcomes, and this way you can be sure that you have covered all the possible outcomes in a given case. That's all for now. Bye-bye.
Of the throw of a dice. Assume a fair dice is thrown. Let's think of all the possible outcomes. You may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. These are the only possible outcomes for one throw of a dice. In numerical form, we write it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here's the first question. What is the probability of getting a 1? Remember, we need two things to find the probability. First, how many ways in which the event can occur? And second, what are the total possible outcomes? There is only one way in which we can get a 1. That is, if the dice lands a 1. And in all, there are 6 possible outcomes. It means that the probability of getting a 1 at one throw of a dice is 1 by 6. Here's the next question. What's the probability of getting a 3? There is only one way in which we can get a 3, and yes, there are 6 possible outcomes. The probability of getting a 3 is also 1/6. Since the probabilities are the same, we say that these two events are equally likely. Until now, in all the problems we have seen, the numerator has always been 1. When will the numerator not be 1? Let's zoom out a bit to see the next question. What would be the probability of getting an even number at the throw of a dice? Now it gets interesting. We have to look at all possibilities in which we can get an even number. There are 3 ways in which we can get an even number. We may get a 2 or 4 or 6. Yes, at one throw, I will get just one number, not 3. But remember, the numerator tells us the number of ways in which an event can occur. And it can occur in 3 ways. And in all, there are 6 possible outcomes. The number of all possible outcomes for a throw of one dice won't change. It is the numerator that will change in view of what has been asked. So it will equal 3 by 6. This can also be reduced to half, but we keep it at 3 by 6 for now. Let's see one last question related to a throw of a dice. What will be the probability of getting an odd number? 3 outcomes can result in an odd number: 1, 3 or 5. It means that there are only 3 ways in which the dice can land an odd number: either a 1 or a 3 or a 5. And the total possibilities remain 6. The probability will equal 3 by 6. So these two events are also equally likely. It means that if we throw a dice once, the likelihood of getting an even number is the same as the likelihood of getting an odd number. Can you think of an example where 2 events are not equally likely? We will see that example in the next video.
Hello and welcome to K2P classes. In this class, we are going to understand playing cards. Understanding playing cards is important as a lot of probability problems are based on playing cards. So, a pack of playing cards have 52 cards, and the 52 cards are divided into 2 groups: 26 red cards and 26 black cards. If one card is picked from 52 cards, what is the probability that it would be black? So number of black cards is 26 and total number of cards is 52. So the probability of getting one black cards will be 26 by 52. That is 1 by 2. Now, the 26 red cards are further grouped into two groups, that is diamond and hearts, and each of these groups has 13 cards. Similarly, 26 black cards are further grouped under two groups, clubs and spades, and each of these groups has 13 cards. So if the question is one card is picked up from 52 cards, what is the probability that it would be heard? So there are only 13 heard cards. So the probability would be 13 by 52. That is 1 by 4. Now, in each set, this set has one king, one queen, and one jack card. These cards are called face cards. So diamond have 3 face cards, king, queen, jack. Hearts have 3 face cards, king, queen, jack. Clubs has also 3 face cards, and spades has also 3 cards. So one pack of cards has 12 face cards. So if the question is one card is picked up from 52 cards, what is the probability that it would be a face card? So there are 12 face cards, so the probability would be 12 by 52. One as card written as A belongs to each of the 4 groups. So the diamond, hearts, club and spades has 1, 1, 1 space S card. So one pack of cards has 4 S cards. So if the question is one card is picked up from 52 cards, what is the probability that it would be S card? The answer would be 4 by 52 because there are 4 S cards. Each group has 9 numbered cards, and the numbers are from 2 to 10, written 2 to 10. So if the question is what is the probability if you pick up one card from the 52 cards that it would be written as 10. So how many 10 cards are there? One from red, one from heart, one from club, one from spade. So there are 4 cards having written 10. So probability of getting one card which is written at 10 is 4 by 52. My request to students are that please understand this card structure before solving probability problems based on cards. And once you understand this structure, it will be very, very easy to solve probability problems based on cards. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our channel. If video உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததுனா கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க. மறக்காம இந்த சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிட்டு பக்கத்துல இருக்க பெல் பட்டனை டைம் தட்டுங்க. பை. Thank you for watching நம்ம சேனல். இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததுன்னா கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க. மறக்காம